frying. It's not like saute. We actually use a moderate amount of fat. Do we want it blazing hot like we do with saute?
No, moderate
no, we don't,
heat.
because we will burn whatever we're searing, right? We don't want to do that. We just want it nice and hot. Ideally, we have a nice flat bottom saute pan and we're on a nice level surface. I have neither, so we're going to adapt accordingly. So what I have, these veal cutlets, I've got them seasoned with salt and pepper, really important. And I'm just going to kind of dust them with some flour. Not too terribly concerned about perfection here. Because we are using clarified fat, I've got that on a medium heat. I don't have it too heavy, too high, pardon me. Because if it's too high, we're going to burn that butter, and I don't want to do that. So here we go. Nice lightly flour. And again, you guys just take a step to the left or right. When we're putting product into a hot pan with hot oil, we want to make sure that we put it in away from us. I would highly suggest you get a hold of the pan so you have some control. Bring it to you. I'll lay it in there. Okay? Be smart about it. So again, if we put this into a cold pan with cold butter, cold fat, what do you think's going to happen?
It's going to stick to the pan.
It's going to stick to the pan. You're going to have a mess. All right. So what we're going to do is, I don't really want to move it around, but again, I need fat in places. That could be a figurative speech right there. I need fat in some places and not in others. So what was it? What was your question? I'm sorry.
I was being sarcastic.
You being sarcastic?
Medium rare.
Medium rare veal?
Yeah.
We actually aren't going to cook these all the way in the pan. We'll cook them all the way.
Well, I just figured they're kind of thin for that. So.
They really are. We need to achieve a medium rare. How do you tempt that, right? With a thermometer. What do I do? Again, we don't want to necessarily get these golden brown. Again, traditionally, we're going to do chicken or veal fricassee. These are larger cuts of meat. They're seared pretty well, but not too dark. They're removed, and we're going to kind of do the same thing. And then they're braised. I mean, it's a long cooking time. With ours, we're going to cut that time significantly. So I've got a nice light brown again. Putting, right? Don't turn these towards you. Just a nice light caramelization here. And we're going to create a roux. We're going to saute our brunoise, onion, and celery. We're going to hit it with a little bit at this time. You can see I have a very small amount. It doesn't take a lot. And I've also got about a teaspoon of chopped garlic to give it some flavor. Is it traditional? Probably not. They're going to come knocking on my door and ask me why. I don't know. I don't see why we didn't get all. Okay, so again, not too dark. Okay, I'm going to put the grain on my board. Put it aside for a moment. Going to sweat these. We don't necessarily want to saute them. We've got plenty of fat. And again, we've got flour here. This is going to kind of create a nice roux. We'll add a little dredge of flour in here. I don't have a whole lot of fat left in the bottom of my pan, so I don't want to go crazy. But you can smell the aroma. It's fantastic. What I'm going to do is add my stock at this point. Thank you very much. This is just good old veal stock. And this is going to be a process of reducing. And again, we're going to use what's called a liaison. You guys remember what a liaison is? What's that made with?
Eggs and cream.
Cream and egg yolks, right?
Yes.
Right. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring this up to a boil, and then we're going to turn it down to a simmer. We're going to go and place these back in. cook them just like this. On the stove top. We're going to constantly add stock. We don't want to forget about this. I'm going to put it on the back burner for now. I'll keep my eye on it. I'm going to continually add stock. I started with about just over 4 cups. I'm not saying we're going to need 4 cups. These are just kind of a guesstimation. It really depends on how long we take this. I will probably use at least 2 as this cooks and reduces, and I add more and it cooks and reduces. We're concentrating veal stock. We do not want to add any sodium until we finish. Okay, can't forget about that. Now, once we get close to the end, you're each gonna have a pot for your pasta. Maybe share a pot per table so we don't have a lot of excess dishes. You're gonna season that water really well. Again, 2.5 minute cook time. Pull these, and then we're gonna finish these off in that sauce right there. Okay. Any questions?
No, chef.
All right.